something good, there might be something bad. Always turns out with the things you see. I think it tells me good, bad, weird. Yeah, it's good, bad, weird. Good, bad, weird. Good, bad, weird.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Good, Bad, Weird, the show where we try to uncover the good and the bad and the weird in the Illawarra, focusing on the local area. And you may notice that I don't have Steve here today. Steve's had to go away, so I'm here. I'm here at Bulli Headlands, as you can see, the beautiful view behind us. It's just opposite where we were broadcasting last week at Bellambi. And I really encourage anyone listening to the show or watching the show to interact, to like it, or give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, give us a comment, or even some suggestions. Maybe invite us around to any events happening in the area. I'd love to take the couch, come down, uncover a little bit of the weird in the area. So really encourage you to do that. Now, so Steve's not here, so I've called in a very, very special guest. Previous listeners to the show would already know about this guy. We've spoken about him on every episode so far. A very close friend. I've known this man for 20 years. We met at a hotel. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning. And actually, when I met this fellow, we started talking about music, and
We did.
we got straight onto the band Bad News. I had the video, and Ben had the album,
Correct.
which
I had the record.
you had the record, and that was really the
Wow,
reason why we're
that's
instantly
right.
best friends.
Instant. Just add Bad News.
Can I introduce everybody here to Ben? Morning, Ben.
Look, wow. I am unbelievably elated to be here. And, I thank you for that wonderful introduction too. And look,
It was okay introduction.
it was, well, I couldn't hear it, but I'm assuming it was okay because I was walking up, from, this magic day here on the headland. I'm not sure if you've introduced exactly where we are right now, but...
We're in Bulli. This is the Bulli Headland. We're looking at the Bulli Beach Cafe. We've got the pool directly in front of us, the ocean pool.
and it's
There's
magic.
been a few contenders swimming in there already. Not many. There's no one in there currently.
Not now. You would think now would be the good time. It's actually starting to warm up a little.
It's warming up a little bit. We
Yeah.
do have a northeasterly breeze blowing. You can probably hear that a little bit in the audio. That's what
Indeed.
happens on these outside broadcasts.
That's right. That's right.
That's how you capture
Well,
the ambience of an outside broadcast.
You're an experienced broadcaster now.
This is so much experience.
Unbelievable.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Now, the second outdoor experience for you. So what did you learn from the first one that could improve this one?
We're
Apart from
really-
dropping Steve.
We're... Steve's got to go. No, Steve's gone up to the... Steve's not available. He's gone to the Gold Coast to visit
Yeah,
his
right.
brother. He's doing family things.
That's what you say.
Mm.
Yeah. No, what? No.
What have
look,
we learned? What have we learned?
What did you learn from the first one?
That if you just get a microphone, set up a camera
Yeah.
of reasonable quality,
Yeah.
with very little experience, you can produce something fantastic.
Well, look, and the intrigue already this morning from a couple of punters around this headland, of setting up a couch in the middle of, this headland area. It's pretty it's good. It's good. It involves the local audience, doesn't it? You see, so
That's what we want to do, Ben.
Yeah,
We want to bring that out. We want to bring out the local spirit. We want to find the flavour of the Illawarra.
you can taste it.
I want to be able to taste it through
Yeah,
our podcast.
through- that's right.
That's
You
what
wanna
I
be
want to
able to
deliver
lick it.
to our listeners.
Yeah.
Lick the screen, taste it, get a
Taste
flavour,
it.
scratch and sniff.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like what we're doing here. Yeah. So look, back in when was that year? We basically became besties in 2000. I think it was a year.
I think it was before 2000.
Well, we met each other before that.
Yeah, that's
in passing.
that's another story for another show. There's no doubt about
but
that.
then, you came round and flicked on the video, the VCR, and I put on the record, of bad news.
And what a party that was.
Yeah, we sat there in silence watching this thing.
I want to encourage everyone to look up the band Bad News.
look.
It was, if you know the Young Ones TV show with Rick Marl and
Vivian
Adrian Edmondson,
things
Nigel
like
Planner,
this. Yeah.
they made a spoof, like rockumentary, wasn't it?
Yeah, heavy metal documentary.
Heavy metal documentary.
Yeah. Just brilliant. They did it. They put out this rockumentary before Spinal Tap.
That's right.
They were the pioneers.
They would have given Spinal Tap the idea.
That's correct.
And I don't think they get the credit they deserve.
Correct. I don't think they do either. Yeah.
Hilarious. And kind of in the spirit of this podcast a little bit, I think a little bit low budget, high production quality, low budget.
Looking at the quality of equipment you've got here,
Morning.
I don't think it is low budget. You know, you're not paying me, so, you know, I guess that's fairly low budget.
I'm happy to shout you a coffee, Ben, but
Yes.
after
All right. That's good. That's good.
Now, we are here, you're down, so we're going to play a little bit of golf.
We are a little bit later after this. There is also
Reward golf, I call it.
Yeah, well, look, my reward is being here with you. It always is.
Yeah, it is.
But it is going to be an exciting podcast, this one. There is a bit of a surprise happening as well, isn't there?
Possibly a surprise.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be surprised if it happens.
Yeah. If it doesn't, then this whole conversation right here is pointless.
Yeah.
But that could happen. That could happen.
Could happen.
And I know that in previous podcasts it's a bit of a loose agenda, no agenda. But I do want to bring up a couple.
Please. What gives you an idea there's no agenda?
They're all right. A loose agenda, and I think I would like to discuss a few things during this time as well.
Will it be
some
agenda?
important things.
Are you going to discuss that there's got to be an agenda?
Well, table of contents. I think you've
All right, let's get straight to it. What's some good, bad, weird for the week, Ben? Well, for the last 6 episodes that you haven't been here.
the good part is obviously being here. I mentioned this today. The weather finding up for us, and being able to visit the beautiful Illawarra region. That's a very good part to me.
On the weather, yes, on the weather. It has, for the last 2 days, we've just received a month's worth of rain in 2 days. And today is the first day that we've got some sunshine.
That's right.
So it's worked out really well.
You even tried to speak to the weather god to try and get it.
To organise the weather, I contact, do a bit of a ceremony.
That's right.
Seance type thing.
Anti-rain dance.
So I contacted Graham Creed, the weather guy, and
everyone knows
assured
who he is.
the ABC weather guy.
Yeah.
He assured us that it would be the weather it is today. As I say, I do apologise. It is a little windy, I know.
And you trust this guy implicitly, don't you? You said, right, done. We're doing it. This is it. 100%.
If I need to know what the weather is, I'm going to Graham Creed.
Yeah, there we go.
Creedy.
Credo.
What's the go on the weather? Credo.
Weather god.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But nothing else.
Absolutely.
Nothing but the weather.
What else is good? Well, and this is part of the agenda, is that today, being this wonderful Friday, is the first day of the Rugby World Cup over in Japan.
Oh, it is. Every 4 years, the Rugby World Cup. And we have been waiting in anticipation for a long time, probably since the last one and the one before that, because we have travelled as a complex unit around the New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. 2011, we did the
up.
jaunt over to New Zealand and got a camper van.
We shacked up in a camper van as a close family unit.
So good.
We travelled extensively
through the northern parts of New Zealand,
capturing the spirit of rugby, which when you think of rugby, you think of only one country, really, don't you?
Scotland.
No.
Oh.
New Zealand,
as
it
right.
happens.
Well,
we were there.
Yeah.
How amazing was that? Like the country was
right.
alive, wasn't it?
That's right. For those of you watching the vodcast rather than the podcast, listening,
and if you're only listening to the podcast, I encourage you to get down to
YouTube.
Look at Good Bad Weird. The video's great. great.
You might
give us
notice-
a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, tell us we're shit, whatever.
That's it.
Tell us
I'm
something.
wearing an All Blacks cap. Now, I haven't had too much problems with it sitting on the headland as yet.
It's hanging in there. I think
No,
you're gonna
I'm
be
talking
alright.
about people hassling me for being an All Blacks fan.
No, but well, all the hundreds of people behind who you can't see,
Giving me the flipping the bird to me or something like that, yeah.
walking off in disgust.
Yeah. No, well, see, where the family, my family is originally from New Zealand, so
And Scotland.
and Scotland, and so yeah, I'm an
Sorry.
avid All Blacks supporter, and so going over to New Zealand in 2011 and seeing the pride of the country as we were travelling around there was something spectacular to watch and see, wasn't it? You know,
To
so,
be involved with.
be a part of.
Oh, wow.
So then 2015, you guys decided to do another international trip to go see that Rugby World Cup too, did you not?
Wifey and I visited the UK, which again was great. Now, it wasn't like New Zealand in that everyone you met in New Zealand was all across the World Cup.
Yeah, right.
What
happened?
England? No.
I didn't know this. Tell me about this.
Not everyone you met, and it's a very regional sort of thing. Like, you go to some places and people will be going, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
And then you go to places like Bath,
Yeah.
and it's all about rugby.
Okay.
It's all about rugby. You had
Yeah.
local shops there that sold rugby paraphernalia
Yeah.
for the local team.
Memorabilia.
For the local team only.
Okay.
And there was a line out of the store halfway up the street, you know, for several meters outside the store. It was that busy.
on for the Bath Rugby Club.
Exactly. No, exactly right.
Really?
Unbelievably so. I was just stoked. And then you
That's
go
awesome.
to Wales, and of course Wales is a very rugby country.
It is.
Sitting in
Yeah.
pubs, talking to people about rugby. Fantastic.
Yeah,
It's a
what
great
an
thing.
experience
My
too.
wife
yeah,
and I,
yeah.
we travel a lot around the world, various
Yep.
places, and we often time it. There's some rugby on, so
Yeah.
we'll go to the local pub.
His wife
watch some rugby.
is my
get
sister,
involved.
FYI. Yeah, we need to clarify that. Let's just make that clear.
I hope
as
no
well.
one's uncomfortable right now.
Awkward.
We promised awkward.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you travelled extensively around the UK.
Oh yes, but also
yeah.
also internationally, you'll go to a pub. There's a rugby match on. There'll be other Kiwis, or there'll be other people in the pub watching
Always.
the game. And
It's an international
always,
game, yes,
we've
that's
made a lot
right.
of friends through just going to pubs.
Yep,
watching
yep.
rugby, talking rugby. It's a big part of our life.
But unfortunately, this round over in Japan, we will not be frequenting the wonderful country of Japan to go visit and watch this rugby this time. But
We do have
Um,
podcasts to do, Ben.
yeah, we have other pressing circumstances that we must attend to, including today's podcast.
Yeah, and I've got to add
Yeah.
that if Steve was here,
Yeah.
there'd be no discussion around
Oh,
rugby.
zero.
We're taking this opportunity today.
And that's why I thought I'd start with it.
get it happening. And
Look, I'm an avid rugby supporter, and I could talk about this for the next hour solid, but I'm not going to.
no,
because,
you've got a few minutes now. I'm gonna pass over to you, Ben.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you talk rugby.
So obviously
you're gonna
day
talk
one-
World Cup, yeah?
Yeah, I'll talk there because it starts today, and
Rugby day.
will be the opening ceremony, which I take it or leave it. Really,
It's not
I
about
never-
opening ceremonies, is it?
they
It's
do
not
a,
the
such a
Olympics.
huge hoo-ha about it. I reckon they just need to cut a ribbon and get the game started. That's all they need to do.
Cut the ribbon.
Forget about the fireworks and the dancing and Bon Jovi or whatever it is that they do.
Some
Let's-
oversized scissors.
massive scissors,
And it'll be
really big.
It's in Japan, so it'll be perhaps an awkward-looking person
Yeah,
with
yeah.
some big scissors. cutting a
Absolutely.
ribbon.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a ceremony.
There it
That's
is,
all
bang,
needs to be.
and the first game is always the host nation
Oh,
versus someone else in their pools,
yep.
and they've decided that the first game to really make
Capture the spirit.
capture the whole Rugby World Cup, how spectacular it is
Yes.
that Japan would play the might of Russia.
Is Russia a might when it comes to rugby?
No. Well, look, obviously they
Okay.
got into the Rugby World Cup.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
That's a thing.
That's
That's
awesome.
massive. That's a really good thing. But for those who really want to watch the Rugby World Cup, to maybe go, oh, what's this game all about? And then they go and watch Japan versus Russia. Anyway,
So you're tipping Japan to win?
oh, absolutely, by 30.
Japan are a great team to watch play rugby.
They are. They get super excited.
And they're really speedy, I mean, because their stature's sometimes a little shorter than some. Their legs move a lot faster.
They do. They do. They do. Ah, they really do. And
got to encourage
the
people.
crowd is fanatical. It's fantastic to watch the crowd because they just go ballistic and they get all dressed up. You
Right.
know. It's really good.
We're off to an absolute.
So that's it. Look, I'm super excited it's starting, and I'm also super excited that I don't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch these matches because Japan's only a couple of hours behind Australian time.
Very similar times. Yeah. No, that's exciting.
So then tomorrow kicks on with some mighty matches, some
Mighty.
absolute stellar ones.
Yes.
Australia play Fiji. and
Okay, that's going to be a good one. That Fiji can be
well, they've been known to be a bogey side to Australia in the past.
bogey side.
Yeah, so
there it
it's
is,
going to be a
listeners.
tough one. It's going to be a tough one for them, but
And the first one. So yeah,
I like that they're challenging themselves first up, and then the next big match that is worthy of a watch.
Oh, yes.
which
Should go
will-
either way. This one, I reckon.
South Africa versus the All Blacks, and that the winner of that will actually form the quarterfinals. Who plays
That's
who
your
in
tip.
the quarterfinals?
That's it. That's what you're picking right now.
Right now, absolutely. So it's a big match, and all the other top tier sides will be watching this, knowing that they'll be playing either the winner or the loser in the quarterfinals, according to the way that things go through. So
Now,
it's a massive match.
The last time they matched up, last time South Africa and New Zealand played, what?
Yeah, and South Africa won. Oh, no, it was a draw. Sorry,
Draw.
it was a draw.
I knew that, listeners. How's that?
No, it was a draw.
Yes.
And so the All Blacks have been patchy at best this season. Only just scraped through against Argentina, a draw against the Box, and then the loss against the Wallabies over in Perth. Then they came back good over in Eden Park and won 36 zip against the Wallabies for the second Bledisloe.
36 zip.
Yeah, they did.
There you
Which
go.
was, a great comeback. However, good to see they found form just going before the World Cup. So
So an exciting weekend to kick
big
off.
weekend.
One match you haven't mentioned is France and Argentina.
Yeah, that's the other match.
I
going
think that
on.
can go either way.
I'll tip France
Yes, but
by 7.
I think it's going to be a close, strong match. Argentina have really changed over the last few years,
And because-
since they've entered the Super Rugby.
Yeah, because they their Super Rugby team is pretty much an Argentinian team. They
Yeah.
play together a lot.
Exactly.
So the combos are good.
yeah.
You know.
Well, listeners, I hope you haven't tuned out during that segment. I hope those who perhaps didn't know much about rugby or anything
Top
like that
four.
have tuned in and gone, wow, this Ben guy, he's like a rugby commentator.
I'll give you-
He's got the ticket.
I'll give you
Who's
my
got the job?
semi-finals. I think it'll be New Zealand, Wales, England, and South Africa. I think Australia's
I
going to
think
get
you've
knocked
missed someone out there.
I think Australia's going to get knocked out in the quarters.
That's a New Zealand talk.
And
That's a
then
New Zealand person talking.
it'll
Don't worry.
be-
Don't worry.
New Zealand, South Africa meet again in the final, and then the All Blacks for the three-peat.
Well, you've heard it there, folks.
There
Ben
it is.
being
That's my tip.
absolutely wrong, but
That's what-
he's
but I'm
entitled
here.
to that.
I'm controversial.
Controversial and weird.
So that's the rugby. Yeah, look, it's super excited. Yeah, but yeah. What I mean, are you excited about the rugby yourself? You were
I am.
never a rugby supporter when I
Oh,
first
no.
met you. you know,
I grew
so-
up in South Australia. I didn't even know how to spell the word.
Yeah, So
Poor
obviously
education
Aussie
qualities
rules,
in South Australia.
Aussie rules Crows supporter, or were you a Port supporter?
Port.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. So
There you go.
obviously you've moved to a much better sporting
Sure.
code
Fine.
now.
Smug, aren't you?
Born that way from New Zealand.
Confidence.
That's All Black supporters for you.
Yeah,
You see?
true.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Smug.
well, look, Ben, thank you very much.
There you go. That's
for
my
the
sports
rugby,
report.
the rugby wrap.
That is it, the
I
rugby
do
wrap.
hope that. I know this is going to be met with some opposition when I tell Steve that I'd like to get Ben in more often to give us a bit of rugby wrap as the World Cup goes on.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to come in and give you my 2 cents over the next 6 weeks. Yeah. So
2 cents over the next 6 weeks, which is what going to
Yeah.
be a total of
Yeah.
2 times 6.
So yeah, 12 cents worth.
It's not much.
It's more than enough. I mean, the Rugby
all
World
you
Cup
can
finishes in
afford.
4 weeks, so...
Oh,
Nah, I'm
no.
only kidding. Nah, look, you know, I'm happy to provide some insight. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Ben.
No, I'm happy with that. Yeah. So what about you? Good this week. What's happened?
Good this week, wifey, who we now know is related to you, brother,
Correct.
sister.
Yeah.
How
Wonderful
could
lady.
never go wrong there.
Wonderful lady.
She's had a little bit of. She's been to the doctors here and there a little bit, you know, but she's been diagnosed possibly with a lazy ass thyroid.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey, that's a shame that something's wrong, but also it's okay that we now know what's been going on a little bit lately. So I think the future's looking bright.
That's the main thing, the clarity of knowing, isn't it? You see?
There's been a long while of not knowing.
Yeah. You can move forward. You know what's going on.
So we can move forward.
Yeah.
So there's been a bit of, that's good.
That's
we're
a
calling
great
that
thing.
good. We're
pulling that in the good bracket.
We're definitely calling that good. That's been good. Some bad. No, I mean, I love the weather. I've loved the rain.
Nothing bad with that.
Although a little bad on the rain. It's certainly more hazardous to be heading out mountain biking. As you know, I mountain bike now. I mountain bike.
Your exercising
beautiful
has been limited this week because of the weather. Yeah.
It has been. I've set up a trainer. I've got a trainer. I've put my mountain bike on a trainer.
Really?
I've been sitting
On a back
inside, watching the rain.
The back stand.
Doing the spinning the wheels.
Here's the thing. Do you put the TV on in front of you of YouTube videos of mountain bikers going down hills?
No, but it's a great idea.
You should do that.
It's got to be done.
Then you can zone in on it. Or get some 3D gogs and do that while you're doing it.
3D gogs.
Yeah, goggies. You can put your phone in this 3D headset, right?
Goggies.
Yeah, they do.
No one's ever said goggies. Ever.
Oh, you've never heard of 3D goggies before?
No, because
goggies.
you're making it up.
No. Virtual reality VR goggles. You should do this and put your phone in it, and then mountain bike scene going back and forth with your little back thing. That's pretty good. Yeah. it'd add a bit more excitement rather than just watching a wall.
So anyone listening, I'm trying to shield the mic from the wind.
Should we just hover around it?
Gather like a
warm fire.
hands by it. You could do that to a microphone. Get a little heat source there.
You could do.
That's going to draw people in closer.
Yeah.
You know what you want with microphones.
Don't want to build a fire.
You want people close to the microphone.
That's right.
You
Is
get
this
a
thing
good
on?
Quality
Like
sound.
that. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for here.
That's where were we? VR goggles. Mountain biking. It has become a rather big part of your life.
It has, and it's a contentious issue right now because behind you in the escarpment, currently now they're enforcing sort of no ride areas because of the mining and all that.
Correct.
They don't want us riding in particular areas around the Illawarra.
It is illegal to ride on fire trails, is what I've found, what I heard. So police are going to be pulling up people about it.
There's going to be a strong police presence. This is what I've heard about.
Strong police presence on fire trails. How are they going to catch a mountain biker?
They're wanting to get some ruling around where we can ride.
Yeah, right.
You know,
wow.
You feel like a vigilante.
Isn't there a mountain bike club? It's got a name like the Rogue or the Rodeo, right? The Wolves or
You
something.
don't even ride a mountain bike, but you know.
Yeah, there is a Wollongong mountain bike club.
You've looked
like
into
the mountain
this.
bike Wolverines.
You've got interest in this.
Or something like that.
This?
I listen to the ABC Illawarra.
Talking about the ABC Illawarra.
About it. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe what they are trying to promote is more trails to be built.
Sorry, I've come across two gentlemen sitting on a couch on the headland overlooking
I think something's happening here.
Here
we go.
Some recording.
I think we've got a ring in here.
Good, bad, weird podcast. Of course, it's two guys, two white men. It's got to be a podcast.
That works.
Two white men.
Who do I have here? Who is this?
Hello, Lindsay.
Hello there. Look, my name is Ben, and here we are on the Bulli Headland.
You are.
And this young man sitting next to me.
We created a podcast purely to highlight the good, the bad, and uncover the weird of the Illawarra, a
That's
local
right.
show.
That's right.
Now, Sarah Moss from ABC Illawarra has just arrived as well. Also someone who produces content. Is there some kind of content war happening here?
There can be.
There's some
I'm quite happy to. Yeah.
On the headland
The
of Bulleye. Let's
rivalry.
make some history.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Why did you choose here on the headland to talk about the good, the bad, and the weird?
Last week we actually broadcast on the Bellambi with the seal. You know, the resting seal at Bellambi over there. We were
You
there.
had a seal. This is the first Illawarra podcast to have the actual seal live in the podcast.
Without a doubt, there's no doubt about it. This is new and exciting. And so we thought, well, we'll be at Bulleye headland today to capture the other side, to show what's going on. We're here nice and early.
Have you seen any seals?
Seals, well, we've seen some people swimming in the pool.
I wouldn't call them seals though.
We spoke to a lady earlier, Wendy, and she was telling us
look.
she comes here every day, she swims at the pool.
So people come past and get in the podcast.
I think
that's
that's
what
the
we're
goals.
encouraging.
Is that we engage the local, Illawarra region crowd.
What
And,
do you want to showcase? I mean, people like keeping this area kind of under wraps a little bit.
They
so-
do. There is a lot of that.
But what is
yeah.
what is the
We want to uncover the weird.
What's the weird?
We want to uncover that. We want to tip in. We want people to come in, comment, suggest, invite us to their
Tell
events.
stories.
Let's
Alright.
get
We're
down there.
telling
You're looking
stories.
for the weird. You want people
we
to
are
bring you
looking for the weird.
Bring
We
us
don't
the
think
weird.
we know that there's weird. We just want to uncover that weird. That's what we
It
do.
looks very good. It doesn't look weird, and it certainly doesn't look bad.
No, it's all good.
And can
It's all
people just
good.
find you
Yeah.
on headlands?
Find us
Well-
on Headlands. They can find us on iTunes. They can find us on
Yeah.
YouTube.
iTunes.
Of course.
There
That's
it
how
is.
we know that they're podcast producers. They're very good at making
Absolutely,
other sides of their
absolutely.
podcast. All right, Ben and Simon.
Simon,
It is.
Excellent.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Bad, weird.
Thank you for
Enjoy
dropping by.
That's all right.
Yeah, no.
Can I be in your podcast?
Certainly, I want you to come
Love
and sit
it.
down.
Come and
have
sit
a chat.
down. G'day, mate.
Where do I sit?
Oh, it's right.
You're right
smack
in the middle,
dab.
man.
All right.
G'day, Lindsay.
Hello.
Bloody
Hello.
good to
How
see
you
you.
going?
Welcome along.
This definitely wasn't set up at all.
No,
we
no,
set
this
it
is just
up.
out of the blue. What's going on here?
This is I tell you, I just had the fun. You want to hear something weird?
Let's
Yes,
go.
please.
Bring on
So
that weird.
what I'm
so
doing
far.
here, I've been doing a pool crawl from Colcliffe Pool down to Coronel Pools, which is just around that other headland and down there past Bellambi and Taroji Pools.
Yep.
And so my idea was to go and talk to people at every pool. My mum lives at Colcliffe, so I saw her and chatted to her.
Yes.
Yes.
Wambara, there was barely anyone. Coaldale, I saw one guy.
Yes.
And then at Osty Pools, I chatted to some of those sort of winter swimmers.
Yes.
And there was a dog named
Yes.
Maggie. It was
They're
great.
weird.
Yeah, they are very, yes. But they were lovely. And got to Thirroul thinking, come on, Thirroul.
Come on.
It's the
Thirroul,
hub.
it's a
North.
popular
Yeah,
hub.
absolutely.
Thirroul.
I got there,
Yep.
closed. The Thirroul pool doesn't open till the 28th of September.
Oh no!
Not only that, but the pool was empty.
Oh,
So,
Who
no
does your
water at all.
research?
well, obviously no one. So we got there, yes. So Sarah Moss from ABC
Morning, Sarah.
Illawarra,
Hi, Sarah. That's a lovely camera.
she was going to sort of get some photos of me jumping in the water.
Yeah, right.
I suggested to come to Bulleye anyway because it's a nicer pool. But when I got to the Thirroul pools, it was locked and it was empty. I could have skated. I could have done a drop
There we
in.
go. Done a drop
And
in.
then skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but no.
So,
no
so what I'm
swimming.
hearing, you're going to swim here.
I might swim. I swim at Aussie. That was nice.
Well, it's full. There's water in it. That's a bonus.
It's unlocked and it's full, exactly.
And there has
And
been
there's
three
people, I can see
people
people swimming. I
in
can see
there.
people swimming
There
there.
is.
You'd have a
There
job
is,
to
there
lock
is.
this one off.
Yes, that's a very good point. You could just have to put a giant cover over it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is a beautiful. I'm sure you've spoken about the view here. It's very nice.
Oh, look.
Beautiful
It's
view.
absolutely
That's what we're trying to
magic
catch.
here.
I've added some more cameras this episode.
How many? There's like three.
Yeah,
we're-
absolutely.
We're really stepping up with a no-budget podcast.
It's
we're
good for
stepping
it's
up.
good for cutaways if you want to sort of edit out idiots that come up and talk to you about Thirroul Pool being closed. You can cut that out really smoothly.
No. We want
Please.
everything in it because it just makes the thing weirder.
Thank you, mate.
So you're travelling on, and you've got a
Yes.
few more to visit. Where else are you stopping in at, Lynn?
I'm going to head from now. The next one is, well, I guess it's around the corner. So we're going to Woonona.
You can see that one from
There
here.
it is. You can see just across there. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
magic.
Woonona,
You
yeah.
can see
Yeah.
the pavilion there. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Again, another beautiful spot.
So I'll be stopping there, and then I'll be making my way to Bellambi.
Now, I don't know if you've done any research. There's a lot of construction going on at Bellambi at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
It's all fenced off. I think you can get to the pool.
I think they're
You'd hope
doing.
so.
There's something. The wharf's where the seal was, wasn't it?
You can see where the seal is, Lindsay. Straight across here is the the Bellambi boat ramp.
Yeah, the boat ramp. Yeah, I'm
ramp.
meeting up with Glenn Saville, the former Hawks captain,
Yes.
legend, Olympic
Oh,
basketballer.
look, he's a
That
legend.
one there.
No, he's going to be at Bellambi.
Yes.
And
yes.
so I'm going to
Is he
maybe
swimming?
hopefully we can go play with a seal.
Ah,
I don't know.
right,
Well, yeah, that's a little further round, but yeah, the seal.
Yeah,
I
so we
believe,
might
could
make
still
our
be
way
there.
to the boat ramp.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go to Taraji, where I think there's going to be a harp player.
Oh,
I've scheduled a harp.
really?
harpist,
Kidding?
Yeah.
What sort of
Oh, I should have
fantastic.
told Sarah that.
What are,
Yeah,
what are the,
wow.
What are the pool tunes sitting by the pool?
what are you playing the
Playing a
harp?
harp. What are the tunes?
Oh, it'd be some kind of mermaid song, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
And try and
yeah.
draw mermaids in.
Draw, yeah. Oh, the opposite. Mermaid bait.
Summoning the mermaids.
bait. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out when Yasmin is playing the harp there. And then I'm going to go around to the Continental Pools and actually have a race against people
Wow.
like...
A swimming race.
Yes.
Wow.
Nick Reinberger and Nick McLaren will be in. Nick McLaren's a
Yep,
surfer, so
yep,
he's going to do
yep,
pretty
yep,
well.
yep.
But also,
So, what are you? Are you going to? Do you think you'll beat Nick?
I don't know. I'll tell you who I won't beat, Susie McKeon, who is a Commonwealth medalist who's also jumping in the water with us.
Yeah, no.
So...
All
think
this
they're gonna
having
get
in the
dusted.
Illawarra.
Oh,
You're gonna get dusted.
Wollongong.
Oh, yes,
That's
all,
right.
all northern Wollongong, that's right. Yeah.
This is amazing.
And then,
What a great thing to do, and like I said, it's couldn't have done it yesterday or the day before.
no,
really,
this,
but,
the day just got turned on perfectly.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
listeners to our show, Linz, who might want
Mm.
to tap in and listen to what you've been up, will that be? You'll put that out somewhere.
It'll be out somewhere. Yeah, you can go to the ABC Illawarra website, which is abc.net.au/Illawarra,
Yep.
or the ABC Illawarra Facebook page. There'll be lots of excerts and stuff, and my Facebook page as well, Lindsay McDougall. It's all around.
I wouldn't be
around. You'll find
surprised,
it.
Lindsay,
You'll find
if some of our listeners were unaware that you had moved on from
Triple
your,
J.
your Triple J days.
That's true. It is.
To the local Illawarra, and I think they'll be thrilled to get back in listening to a bit of Lindsay on the radio.
How long
Yeah.
have you been at ABC Illawarra for now?
Since the start of last year, so that's
amazing.
almost
Race
2
fast.
years.
2 years.
Racing for
2
exactly
years.
right. 2 years.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Of doing adult radio.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Adult.
Yes,
Adult radio.
Adult radio.
I think you're
And,
doing quite well.
Thank you. It's nice. It's very nice. of you.
As an adult.
As an adult. Oh,
Well done for
as an
validating
adult
him.
radio person.
Well done for validating what he does. That's good.
Being an adult.
Yeah.
Well,
How to be an adult with Lindsay.
in the interest of that adult, me being an adult, I've got to jump in the water and then jump on my push bike. And
You've got
Very
some
adult-like.
strict timing, I'm sure.
I do. So
and
I
you're
got to hit
taking
the
up
next
time
one.
here, and we
I am.
thank you again
That's all right.
for
Yeah, look,
dropping by.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no
Thanks for
special
having
guest
me.
appearance. I'm the special
Good
guest
bad-
as well. There's two
There's
guests.
two special guests. That's right. Yeah, this is
It's,
yes,
Leaps
Simon's
and
next.
bounds, the good, bad, weird's
No,
going.
I'm telling
eh?
you. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Thank you, Lindsay.
All right.
Good on you. Thanks. Right, sneak out quick.
I'm going to get this way. I'm going to go this way. Sorry.
Could be something good, it might be something bad. Always turns out with the things you see. I think it tells me good, bad, weird. Yeah, it's good, bad, weird. Good, bad, weird. Good, bad, weird.